What's up, gangsters? How about 10 minutes of random? Okay, so here we go. And yes, I have quite the random jumble on my workbench right now. I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. Yes, a whole bag full of carriage bolts. Those are called, sometimes people call them stove bolts, but they're captive. That's what's unique about them. And those carriage bolts and these wing nuts and these little silicon feet things right here and the bit of tubing that's in that bag. Yes, those are all going to a secret project that I will talk about more at a different time. Hopefully soon. Anyhow, get that out of the way. And let's see. Yes, you do see spoons on my workbench. I know. I'm a hypocrite because I'm the one that says spoons are not great for testing certain things. Look, spoons are fantastic for just checking out colors and doing a quick spray test. I just don't like them for checking things that are all about the reflectivity and the gloss of a surface, like doing chrome, because the surface of the spoon is far smoother than anything you're ever going to see in a model kit, and because of the way it's curved, you kind of get an amplification of the reflection, so it looks better than it really is. Having said that, yeah, they are pretty handy. I was pretty lazy, and so what am I doing with them? I'm testing some gloss. Yeah, I know Carlos Starton is laughing right now, and he's not wrong. Anyway, they were good for comparisons, and what I wanted to compare here was this allegedly new MRP super clear gloss lacquer with the class leader, the always lovely Guns Mr. Color GX100. Because Martin Schneider, who's an awesome dude, he speaks a lot for MRP. He works for them or with them or whatever. Anyway, he told me that the new version of this stuff was supposed to be the equivalent of GX100. And I was like, sweet, that would be awesome. We'd have another option, and I wanted to check it out, so I got some from Hobby World USA and sprayed it. And yeah, I mean, I want to be a fan. I want to love it, but it's just not equivalent. And you can see that right here. GX100. Look how crisp and sharp the reflections are there. MRP super clear. Look how not crisp and clear the reflections are there. And it's pretty, I don't know, it may seem subtle on camera because when I'm looking at it in the little viewfinder on the back of my video camera, I'm like, wow, that looks pretty good. But let me just hover here for a second and look close. Look at the two right together, and you can see what I mean. Very crisp, even with bits of flurm in it. Fuzzy. And the reason is because this is just not, it's just not as smooth. And there you can see why. Because it has very, very, very minute orange peel in it. And this is just something that I find with clear gloss lacquers. Honestly, the only exception that I've ever found to that is GX100. So I don't know if this is really more about just the limitations of clear gloss lacquer, because I'm not saying that this MRP stuff is a bad product. It's just that it's not any better than any other clear gloss lacquer I've ever tried. So maybe the real story here is whatever kind of fairy juice that Guns puts in the GX100, because it is just otherworldly how good of a gloss you can get off of it. I mean, it's just about as good as you can get off of a 2K urethane. And if it were harder and didn't shrink quite as much, I would probably use it instead of 2K urethane for a real automotive gloss. But anyway, that's the deal. Martin told me when I posted about it on SMCG that Renee got better results. So maybe this is another kind of deal, kind of like when we had the chrome thing, where Renee knows some tricks and we'll learn how to spray it differently. But look, there's just not really a lot of different ways to spray a clear gloss. So I don't know, but we'll see. I'm always up for learning, and I love those guys because not only do they make awesome stuff, like these MRP rust tones that I've got right here, because I'm back to working on my Stompy Robot vignette, and I need a rust base on the Mini Cooper body. But they, look, the MRP guys are one of the only ones that really participate on Facebook in Scale Modelers Critique Group. They're always open, and so I love them for that too. And of course, I had to tell them that, yeah, I don't like the dropper thing. I think it's useless because you can't squeeze this bottle. I mean, not unless you're the $6 million man or you've got, Terminator fingers. I can't. So yeah, just to me, put a regular lid on the damn thing and be done with it already. But at least it's not as irritating as this stuff right here. This is a bunch of MIG weathering products that I got into the other night because I was looking for something and I was sorting out some paint, and I shook some of these and I was like, what the hell? These are not shaking anymore. Something is not right. They've gone bad. And so I started looking, and yeah, you can see I've got 7 bottles of MIG enamel products here, and 4 of them have agglomerated in the bottle, never to be useful again. They're enamel products, so they cure. You can't reactivate them with mineral spirits or lacquer thinner. So they're junk. They're done. And 2 of these bottles, these 2 right here, brand new, had never been opened before. So yeah, that's frustrating. That's a waste of money and good products. And I don't know what to think about it. I mean, maybe it's just endemic to these, but we've all, or at least a lot of people have, had bottles of enamels. Like I've got some Testors enamels right there on my shelf that are older than any of this stuff that are still fine. They're enamels too. And the ironic thing is, this bottle of Earth right here is older than any of these other bottles, and it's just fine. So I don't know. It's frustrating because I like the products. You can do fun things with them. But I'm hearing that others, that AK, Wilder, that they have some of the same issues. Speaking of AK, yeah, I discovered something not too long ago that was kind of irritating to me. This pigment fixer that I bought, I don't know how I didn't realize this before. I started using it when I was finishing up my Spitfire, and I noticed that it was kind of messing with the dull coat. It was a subtle thing. And I'm used to being able to do enamel stuff on top of dull coat, because as long as you don't get too crazy, as long as you don't just flood it with mineral spirits or scrub real hard, you shouldn't have any issue. If the dull coat starts to look kind of shiny, then you know you're getting into it and you need to back off. Well, this was kind of messing with it. And I was like, what the heck? That's just pigment fixer. That shouldn't be doing that. And so I started stirring it around, and it was all gooped up in the bottom of the thing. And so I thought, well, I'll just add some mineral spirits to it and get it, where it's thin enough to use again. Well, that didn't work, and I was like, what the heck? I still had this goopy stuff in the bottom of it. You can see it kind of on that stir stick. There you go, you can see that. And so I just happened to catch a whiff. I had never smelled this stuff before, and that's when I knew the deal. This is turpentine based, which explains why it was messing with my dull coat, because turpentine is hotter than mineral spirits, and I encourage people to never use it because you don't need it and it will fuck up your paint. And because it's turpentine based, adding mineral spirits is not going to reduce this back to its original thinness. So yeah, super irritated with that. But I immediately told Matt Bull at Hobby World USA that I needed a new bottle of the MIG pigment fixer, because unlike this other stuff that's gone bad on me, I've had nothing but great luck with MIG's pigment fixer. It works great. Love it. It's awesome. And so, yeah, who knows? Maybe it's just something about the way these products are formulated. But if that's the case, come on, dude. Figure out a different way so that they don't go bad on you before you ever get to use them. Anyway, that's 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I got to shut the hell up. Bye.